Hi, this is Chief Meteorologist Matthew Hugo here at UKWF for the latest Farming Forum weather forecast, which is covering the coming weekend of Saturday the 24th and Sunday the 25th of October. And starting with a quick look at satellite imagery to highlight some features of interest. And overall, at the moment, there is a ridge of high pressure across England and Wales in particular, which will maintain relatively dry conditions through the course of Friday and the rest of the working week. But as you can see, further north and west across parts of Ireland and then to the west and northwest of Scotland, there is more pronounced cloud on satellite imagery, and this cloud is in association with more in the way of active weather fronts, which will move into Scotland and Ireland during the remainder of today to bring outbreaks of rain and also a strengthening southwesterly wind. And the other feature of interest to note as well is that this feature here is a cold front, and behind this, as the name would imply, colder air is present, which has come out of parts of Canada and also Greenland. And as this cold front moves down across the British Isles overnight and through into Saturday, it will introduce quite a drop in temperatures, and as a result Saturday afternoon will be a particularly chilly day, and this will then lead on to a chilly night on Saturday night. Right, so let's take a look at the weather across the British Isles in some closer detail now through the next 24 to 48 hours. So here we are around about midday today, Friday the 23rd, and as you can see, England and Wales predominantly dry through the remainder of Friday afternoon and into Friday evening. But again, note clearly across parts of Scotland and Ireland, there is an increasing signal for some precipitation here, some of which will be heavy as those weather systems move in. And then general natural progression will be for those weather systems to move from the west and northwest down towards the southeast. So starting Saturday on Saturday the 24th, around about middle of the morning, and the weather front will be lying across parts of eastern Scotland, down into northern England, down into Wales and southwest England, generally within this region here. Some of the rain locally heavy, perhaps with some gusty winds as well. Ahead of it, still relatively dry across southeast England, but showers and outbreaks of rain will quickly follow towards the southeast of England into the afternoon. As the weather system clears, there will be an improvement in conditions from the west across Scotland, Ireland, eventually northern England, Wales and southwest England, with some bright or sunny spells during Saturday afternoon, but also with some blustery showers as well. And as I indicated earlier, it will also be quite a chilly afternoon, quite a cold afternoon in that wind, as temperatures drop behind this weather front, which again will continue to clear away into Saturday night, and quite a brisk west or west-northwesterly wind will dominate across more northern areas of the UK. And by the time we get to Sunday morning, Sunday the 25th, it will be a chilly start, particularly across England and Wales, given somewhat lighter winds here, and there is certainly a risk of some frost across parts of England and Wales. However, given that winds will be somewhat stronger further north, then overall frost is not likely on Saturday night and into Sunday morning across Scotland and Ireland. Now, Sunday itself is likely to be more of a north and west and a south and east split. As Sunday progresses, the next weather system will be approaching from the west, but high pressure just dominant to the southeast of the British Isles will influence the weather again further south and east. So at the moment, parts of Ireland and Scotland in particular likely to see thicker cloud developing during Sunday, with some outbreaks of rain moving in off the Atlantic. Some of this may be locally heavy across western Scotland in particular. And also note the close proximity of the isobars, the black lines, indicating quite a windy day, again further north and west, with a moderate to fresh, locally strong south or southwesterly wind. Again, in comparison though, most of England and Wales experiencing a fine day, with some brighter sunny spells and winds generally lighter and from the southwest. And the weekend ends generally increasingly unsettled. Quite a potent area of low pressure will be approaching from the west late on Sunday, and this will continue to signal an increasingly strong south or southwesterly wind the further north and west you are, with some rain and showers to end Sunday, again across Scotland and Ireland in particular. So finally, let's take a look at those temperatures through the next couple of days, and through the remainder of Friday, temperatures generally around about 9 to 13 degrees, perhaps a local 14 degrees here and there, which is generally around about average for the time of year. Overnight tonight, and given relatively cloudy conditions as those outbreaks of rain develop from the west and northwest, temperatures aren't likely to drop very far. However, as you can see, there is a distinct boundary between somewhat milder conditions across England and Wales by the time we get to Saturday, and somewhat colder conditions across Scotland and Ireland. And again, this dividing line is in association with a quite marked cold front, which will be moving again northwest to southeast. So Saturday morning will start particularly chilly across some parts of Scotland and Ireland, but again, England and Wales temperatures generally 9, 10 or 11 degrees. But as that weather system moves through, you can see by the time we get to around about midday on Saturday, temperatures still around about 13 or 14, or rising to 13 and 14 degrees, but note that drop in temperatures as soon as the weather front comes through. So by the time we get to midday, temperatures only 7, 8 or 9 degrees across many northern and western areas. And then through the course of Saturday afternoon, temperatures will continue to drop really from the northwest, with just some mild conditions hanging on across the far southeast of England within this region here, as you can see. So a pretty chilly afternoon on Saturday as that colder air filters in. And then temperatures on Saturday night and through to Sunday morning, they will drop away. Some rural mist, fog and perhaps some frost is certainly possible across England and Wales. But again, overall temperatures are likely to remain just above freezing given this expected west or southwesterly breeze which will develop. And finally, through the course of Sunday, temperatures do recover somewhat as this southwesterly wind develops and brings somewhat of a milder air mass into the UK. So maximum temperature Sunday afternoon generally ranging between around about 9 and 13 degrees, which overall is pretty close to average for the middle and latter half of October. So that's all the full details for the weather for the forthcoming weekend. Thanks for tuning in and have a great weekend.